What if the man who once saved your life vanished without a trace, only to reappear 30 years later at the most unexpected moment? This is the unforgettable story of Ibrahim, a leader weighed down by duty, and the shocking encounter that rewrote both his past and his future. The sun scorched the capital, painting long shadows across cracked sidewalks. A motorcade rolled slowly down the boulevard, its polished cars moving without sirens. That was Ibrahim's order. He hated noise. The shriek of convoys reminded him of chaos, of battles, of the scars of war he tried to bury. Inside the lead sedan, Ibrahim sat heavy with silence. His red beret lay in his lap instead of on his head. To the nation, he was a powerful man, respected, feared, a symbol of discipline. Yet beneath the medals and speeches, there was a weight no one else could see. Outside, the city pulsed with restless rhythm. Vendors darted between lanes, balancing trays of peanuts and phone cards. A boy in torn clothes held out a battered tissue box at windshields. Drivers leaned on horns. Buses belched black smoke. But Ibrahim barely noticed. For 30 years, he had carried an emptiness he could not name. His parents had died young in a tragic road accident. That loss alone could break a child. But fate had not abandoned him completely. One man had stepped forward. Mori. Not his blood, but his father in every way that mattered. The man who dragged him from rubble, who wiped away his tears, who whispered, "I will not let you fall." And then one day Mori vanished. No letter, no explanation, just gone. Had he died? Had he abandoned him? The silence of that unanswered question haunted Ibrahim through every season of his life. Even now, seated in power, silence still rode with him. Until fate put him at a red light. The motorcade slowed to a halt at a wide intersection. Dust swirled in the air. The traffic light flipped red. Vendors surged forward, knocking on windows with trays of roasted nuts and sachets of water. A boy tapped softly with his tissue box. The air was a storm of horns and voices. Then Ibrahim saw him. An old man, frail and thin, shuffled across the zebra crossing. His cane trembled with each step. In his hands he clutched a brown envelope, worn, swollen, fragile. A delivery van swerved too close. "Move, old man," the driver cursed. Startled, the man flinched. The envelope tore. Papers spilled out across the asphalt like startled birds. One photograph slapped against the bumper of Ibrahim's car. Ibrahim's eyes fell on it. His breath caught. The picture was faded, edges curled. But the smile? He knew it instantly. His father's smile, proud, strong, frozen in time. And beside him stood another man, scarred, familiar, the scar he could never forget. His heart jolted violently. "Stop," Ibrahim commanded. The driver hesitated. "Sir, we'll clear the road in." "I said stop." The sedan screeched to a halt. Before his guards could react, Ibrahim flung open the door and stepped into the chaos. Horns blared. Vendors shouted. But Ibrahim heard none of it. Only the rasp of the old man's breath. He bent, gathering papers, pharmacy slips, hospital referrals, a clinic note stamped in faded ink. The envelope smelled of glue and dust. Then the old man lifted his head. Clouded eyes met his. Recognition flared. A memory surged through Ibrahim. Rain hammering a broken roof, a falling beam, strong arms lifting him from the rubble. "Baba," Ibrahim whispered. The man's lips trembled. His scar deepened. "Ibra." The world stopped. 30 years of silence shattered in an instant. The old man's cane slipped. His breath rattled. But Ibrahim's hand was there, steadying him. "It's me," Ibrahim said softly, voice breaking. "I am here." The van driver paled, stammering. "Excellency, forgive me. I didn't know." He was blocking. Ibrahim's eyes cut sharp as steel. "Is a man blocking your road? Or is your impatience blocking your humanity?" Silence swallowed the intersection. Even the bus horn went quiet. Ibrahim guided the man gently toward the sedan. The crowd parted, watching in disbelief. "Why here? Why alone? Why not come to me?" Ibrahim asked. The old man's lips quivered. The palace is for kings. I taught my boy never to beg. His voice cracked. And Mariam, your mother. She would have slapped me if I asked. The name tore through Ibrahim like lightning. His mother, Mariam, her laughter, her hands, her warmth. Memories flooded him until his throat closed. We'll speak of mothers later, Ibrahim said firmly, swallowing grief. For now, we heal what hurts. He turned to his aide. Call St. Camille Clinic. Prepare radiology. We are bringing family. The old man tried to protest. I manage. The clinic said, come back with money. I sold the radio. Ibrahim's jaw tightened. He lifted the red beret and set it gently on the man's head. From this moment, you are not alone. You will not beg. You will not bargain with pain. A small hand appeared. The tissue boy, Abdu, held up the fallen photo. Sir, is this yours? Ibrahim took it and smiled faintly. It's ours, he said, sliding it back into the envelope. As he helped Mori, his father, into the car, the entire street held its breath. The traffic light turned green, but no one moved. For once, the city had stopped for something greater than power. It had stopped for love. In the cool shade of the sedan, silence wrapped around them. Mori's hands trembled as he clutched the envelope. Ibrahim sat close, voice low. Tell me, where have you been all these years? Mori's eyes clouded. After your parents died, I swore to raise you like my own. But the world is cruel, Ibra. Work dried up. My health failed. I feared becoming a burden. And one night, I left, thinking you would rise taller without my shadow. You disappeared, Ibrahim whispered, pain sharp in his throat. I thought it was mercy, Mori said. But mercy can wound. Memories pressed against Ibrahim. Nights of emptiness. Years of silence. The ache of questions never answered. Why didn't you come back? Ibrahim asked. Mori's eyes welled. I tried, but every time shame held me back. I had nothing to give you but a broken body. Ibrahim's voice rose, anger breaking through. You gave me everything. You carried me when the world fell apart. You taught me how to stand. You promised my father you'd protect me. Mori's lips quivered. And I failed. No, Ibrahim said, gripping his hand. You kept me alive. That was enough. The failure is mine. For letting power distract me from finding you. The silence grew thick, but this time it was not emptiness. It was truth. For the first time in 30 years, father and son spoke without walls. At the clinic, Ibrahim saw the truth of Mori's life written in papers and scars. Unpaid hospital bills, prescriptions unfilled, eviction notices. Mori had survived on scraps, repairing shoes in a dim stall, feeding half the neighborhood's children while going hungry himself. Pride kept him standing when his body screamed to rest. I sold the old radio, Mori admitted. For medicine. I thought I could manage. Then the landlord raised rent. The clinic asked for money. I did not want your name spoken with pity. Ibrahim's jaw clenched. He turned the eviction paper over slowly, his voice steady. No elder will be spoken of for being poor. They will be spoken of for being protected. Mori's eyes glistened. Your father would be proud of that sentence. He taught it to me, Ibrahim replied. And you made sure I remembered. For the first time in decades, Mori allowed himself to lean back, to let someone else carry the weight. As the car pulled away, Ibrahim gave quiet instructions. No sirens. No rush. Let the city wait one more minute for kindness. They arrived at St. Camille Clinic. Nurses froze as Ibrahim entered, not as a president, but as a son guiding his father. He turned to his aide. Place a desk at the palace gate. No bribes. No shouting. A place where elders ask for help without shame. In the corner, Abdu, the tissue boy, appeared again. He pressed a coin into Mori's hand. For your medicine, sir. Mori's hand closed gently around the boy's. Keep it. Buy a pencil. Learn to count, so no one cheats you. Ibrahim crouched, looking at the boy. Come back tomorrow. They'll give you shoes. But promise me something. When you grow strong, lift someone weaker without making them feel small. Abdu nodded, eyes wide. A seed of hope had been planted. Back at Maury's workshop, shadows awaited. A man in a gray cap stepped in, flanked by two thin boys. My uncle owns this place. You owe rent. Fees increased. Maury fumbled in his pocket. I can pay a third now, a third next week. No, the man snapped. Visitors like him bring trouble. Security fees, paperwork. Ibrahim's voice was calm but sharp. Show some respect. If you came to demand money, stand in truth. Do not hide behind excuses. The man faltered. I will cover the balance, Ibrahim said firmly. Not as a bribe, but as restitution. From tonight, anyone who invents fees for elders will answer to inspectors, and to me. He turned to the boys. Your names? Hamid, said one. Samba, whispered the other. Do you enjoy this work? Ibrahim asked. It pays, Hamid muttered. It pays to steal from men who once taught your fathers to tie their shoes? Ibrahim asked. Silence. Tomorrow, he said. Bring your hands to St. Camille's gate. You'll join apprenticeships, carpentry, shoemaking, welding. Learn to build, not break. Samba's eyes brightened. Maury nodded, pride flickering. I'll show you how to speak to leather until it forgives your mistakes. The boys left with hope instead of fear. Days later, Ibrahim's convoy drove without sirens toward the shea tree bend, the curve where his parents had died. The road leaned wrong, scarred with skid marks. Its edge crumbled into a ditch. Maury stepped down first, cane sinking into the earth. He whispered their names. Mariam, Daylight. A road authority officer reported. Grade is off. Banked wrong. Trucks skid here. Then fix it, Ibrahim ordered. Rumble strips. Gravel. Regrade the camber. Zebra crossing. Solar lights. Brake check station. Today, a mining official protested. Excellency, the mine owns the trucks. The state owns the road. Ibrahim cut in. An old tea seller produced a carbon copy of a complaint Ibrahim's father once filed, ignored and buried. The road remembers, Ibrahim said, and so will we. The past was no longer hidden. It was exposed and this time repaired. From that day, change spread. Quiet desks opened. Elders came without shame, leaving with medicines, dignity, and hope. Apprenticeships flourished. Boys once lost to extortion now built shoes, welded gates, stitched futures. The Shea Bend was renamed Daylight Bend. Stripes painted white across fresh gravel. Trucks slowed. Lives were saved. Maury underwent surgery. When he woke, he whispered, "Read me her words." Ibrahim opened his mother's old notebook. Teach him kindness is not weakness. Protect his hands so he can build. Maury smiled faintly. Then don't be soft with me. Help me stand. Together, they walked out of the clinic slower but lighter. Weeks later, the workshop buzzed. Hamid stitched shoes. Samba oiled hinges. Abdu, now in clean shoes, sanded soles after school, asking endless questions. Maury leaned on his cane, guiding their hands, his pride finally visible. Ibrahim visited often, not with sirens but with silence. He ate rice at the workbench, listening more than speaking. He signed a decree. Quiet desks protected by law. At Daylight Bend, villagers gathered. No banners, no speeches, just people. Maury spoke softly. A country is sometimes just a shoe, broken, but it can walk again if repaired. Ibrahim closed the day with words that stayed. Leadership is not measured by how many cars follow you. It is measured by how quickly you step out when someone falls. True power is the courage to kneel, the strength to lift, and the patience to stay until what you touched can stand again. No one cheered. They breathed together. Life resumed. Shoes tightened. Hinges creaked. Children laughed. And Daylight Bend kept its promise, carrying people safely home, toward doors where someone loved them enough to leave a light on.